We live in a world that devours every second of our lives, demanding more attention, more energy, and more of our unrelenting yes. But what if the most powerful act of rebellion, the most transformative decision you could make, is to simply say no? No to the endless noise. No to the distractions that fracture your focus. No to the pressures that pull you in 1,000 directions, leaving you spent and scattered. Saying no isn't about rejecting the world. It's about reclaiming your world. It's about drawing a line in the chaos and deciding what deserves to step across it. This is not a tip, a hack, or a strategy. It's a quiet revolution. It's a recalibration of your priorities, your relationships, and your entire sense of purpose. It's about taking back what's been slipping through your fingers in the relentless push of modern life. The power to choose, to focus, to honor what truly matters. This isn't easy. It's one of the hardest things you'll ever do, but it's also one of the most essential. So, why we're so bad at saying no? It's not just about distractions or time management. It's about conditioning. From a young age, we're taught to say yes. Yes to opportunities. Yes to responsibility. Yes to anyone who asks for our help, our time, or even just a sliver of our attention. Think about it. How often have you said yes to something because you felt you should? Not because you wanted to or because it aligned with your goals, but because you didn't want to disappoint someone, or worse, be seen as difficult. Here's the thing they don't tell you. Every yes comes with a cost. Time, energy, mental clarity. These are finite resources. And every time we say yes to something that doesn't serve us, we're silently saying no to something that could. That cost is invisible. Until one day, you wake up feeling drained, stuck, and unsure of how you got there. We live in a culture that celebrates being busy. If you're not busy, you must not be working hard enough. If you're not saying yes to everything, you're missing out. This mindset is a trap, and I know because I fell for it. There was a time in my life when I said yes to everything. Networking events, side projects, even helping out with things that had no connection to my goals. I told myself it was about building relationships, staying visible, being a team player. But do you know what I was really doing? I was running away. I was avoiding the uncomfortable truth that I didn't know what I really wanted. And so, I filled the void with obligations. If that sounds familiar, let me ask you this. Who benefits from you overcommitting? Is it you, or is it everyone else but you? Saying no isn't just hard because of societal pressure. It's hard because it feels personal. When we say no, we worry about hurting someone's feelings, burning bridges, or being seen as selfish. But let me tell you something. Every no has a cost, and so does every yes. The cost of yes is often invisible. Your time, your energy, your peace of mind. The cost of no is more immediate. The awkwardness, the guilt, the fear of conflict. But here's the truth. If you avoid the short-term discomfort of saying no, you end up paying the long-term price of living someone else's priorities instead of your own. Last year, I had a friend ask me to collaborate on a project. It was a great opportunity for them, but it wasn't the right fit for me. Saying no was excruciating. I replayed the conversation in my head a dozen times before I even had it. But when I finally did, I realized something. They weren't as upset as I'd imagined. In fact, they respected my honesty and the time I didn't spend on that project. I used it to create something deeply meaningful to me. This is what we don't talk about enough. Saying no isn't just about turning things down. It's about making space for the things that are truly yours. One of the biggest fears people have about saying no is the fear of missing out, FOMO. What if this is the opportunity? What if I never get another chance like this? But here's the secret. Most opportunities aren't once in a lifetime. They're distractions, dressed up as possibilities. When you say yes to everything, you dilute your focus. You're spread so thin that even if the right opportunity does come along, you won't have the bandwidth to give it your best. Here's an exercise I use. Before you say yes, ask yourself, if I say yes to this, what am I saying no to? If the answer is something that truly matters to you, then the choice becomes clearer. This might be the hardest part, learning to say no to yourself. No to the habits that keep you stuck. No to the distractions that feel good in the moment, but leave you empty afterward. For me, it's my phone. When I'm overwhelmed, it's so easy to scroll endlessly, convincing myself that I'm just taking a break. But what I'm really doing is avoiding the hard work, the deep, meaningful work that scares me because it matters so much. Saying no to yourself isn't about deprivation, it's about self-respect. It's about choosing long-term growth over short-term comfort, and it's one of the most powerful things you can do. Let me share a story with you. A friend of mine was offered a promotion at her job. On paper, it was everything she thought she wanted. A higher title, better pay, but deep down, she knew it would pull her further away from what she truly cared about. starting her own business. Saying no to that promotion was one of the hardest things she's ever done. But today, she's running a thriving company that aligns perfectly with her values. This is what we often miss. Saying no isn't about rejection. It's about alignment. It's about saying yes to a future that's in tune with who you are and where you want to go. At its core, saying no isn't just a time management tool. It's a philosophy. It's about understanding that your life is finite. Your days, your energy, your focus, they're all limited. And when you say no to the things that don't align with your purpose, you're saying yes to a life that does. There's a quote I love by the artist Jenny Holzer: "Protect me from what I want." To me, that means guarding against the fleeting desires and external pressures that pull us away from our true selves. Every time you say no, you're protecting that space for what truly matters. Here are a few practical ways to start saying no. Set clear priorities. If you don't know what matters to you, it's impossible to filter out what doesn't. Pause before you commit. When someone asks for your time or energy, give yourself a moment to consider before you respond. Practice graceful declines. Something as simple as, "I'd love to help, but I can't right now," can go a long way. Start small. You don't have to overhaul your life overnight. Start with one no this week and see how it feels. Saying no isn't easy, but it's one of the most liberating things you can do. It's not just about turning things down, it's about reclaiming your time, your energy, and your life. So the next time you're faced with a choice, remember this: every no is a yes to something else. Make sure it's something that truly matters to you. Thanks for watching, and if this resonated with you, let me know in the comments. Until next time, stay focused, stay intentional, and remember, you have the power to choose.